من باعه اصحوا يا جماعة مطبعة من باعه اصحوا يا جماعة مطبعة المية اصحوا المية مطبعة رخيصة باعة توريثة وفي كل مكان الصرخاوية عايزين حرية والمعتقلين والمعتقلين والمصريين والمعتقلين ارفع كل رايات النصر
عيب عليكم يا امريكان انتوا
Can you explain a little bit about what you do?
We are Tahrir bodyguards. We are, you can say, a movement for now. A movement trying the best we can to stop the sexual harassment in the Egyptian streets.
We were filming from the rooftop and we saw all the female protesters,
Yeah.
and there was a circle around them of the men in the orange vests.
Yes,
Is
orange and green.
is
Yes,
that the
it
Tahrir
was Tahrir
bodyguards?
bodyguards. Yes.
This sexual harassment started. Were you surprised as you started this group as a reaction to that?
Sexual harassment was one of the biggest problems that was really bothering us when we see it, because you cannot stand to see one girl standing between, like, sometimes it reached like 100 trying to harass her or kidnap her or rape her. That's like mob harassment, and it was a big shock, not surprise for us. We
Yeah,
were
it was a
shocked.
shock, right?
Yeah, it was a shock.
And have you guys been attacked when you're doing?
It always happens.
Always.
But most of the time, the people who are harassing the woman, when they see guys with vests and helmets, and they get scared. I mean.
مصر مش عايزك يا مرسي سمعنا تسليم الشعب الامريكي مرسي ماشي ماشي انا صادق انت صادق ارحل ارحل
What we are facing now, which is also not a new thing, is what we think is organized, state-provoked sexual assault against female protesters. And we don't use the word harassment because it's more than harassment, like finger raping and sometimes using knives against women body parts. I can't think that this is spontaneous. I really hope it's not. I mean, the Shura Council today was discussing this problem, and they said that the state has no responsibility over women who choose to participate in such protests with thugs, and they have to protect themselves. And also, over the 2 years, if any governmental official want to like badmouth Tahrir, they would come on television and say that the women that come to Tahrir or go to the protests are prostitutes, and that the tents in Tahrir are places for illegal sex and stuff like this, inciting people to come to the square thinking that all the women in the square are ready to be harassed and ready to be assaulted. This in itself is an evidence that the state wants Tahrir to become a place that isn't safe for women, that isn't safe for families, that they are trying to make the square a place full of crimes, to make people not want to come to the square, to make women not want to come to the square, to kind of leave just a small group of men that only fight the police, and this is what the square is going to be. They want to break the main thing that made Tahrir strong during the beginning of the revolution, which was that all sorts of people from all different classes, all like women, children, felt safe to come here.
Can you speak on a larger level about women's rights in Egypt? Do you feel like the revolution right now, is this something that you're fighting for in terms of making sure that nobody's taking a backward step in this for women?
As the fight is growing, the position of women in the society is being challenged, of course, and because we have the Muslim Brotherhoods in power, they're all constantly challenging women, talking about female circumcision, talking about marrying younger, like underage girls. And I know that these women who protested for days and months and helped to bring down Mubarak will not be silent for their own rights. I have a lot of faith in the women of the revolution and the women of Egypt. I think it's of course a challenge, but I'm not like terrified. The majority of the people that volunteer in the operation against sexual assault are women, because they want to come down to the square and fight these harassers themselves. So I'm very impressed. I have a lot of faith really in the women of this country.
Yeah.